Hi everyone, this is Cem Kapancıoğlu. I am the owner of CK Architecture Interiors. Today I want to talk about interior design in a broad sense. I would like to talk about the process and how I believe an interior design uh, can come out in a very productive way. Interior design, I believe, it, its scale is about a room. So we can think about now just one room of a single building. You can of course think about this one as a single language of a building, but it's more about that in an ideal world. In an ideal world is all about just one room. My initial suggestion always to my clients is to have a benchmark. This benchmark is sometimes kind of limits the creativity, etc. Well, actually, it's not about that one. It's about more to understand the level of product that we want. Like we always give the example of Toyota Camry, BMW, Ferrari. So where we want to we want to put our product in. This is very important because at the end of the day, what you're going to draw will mobilize a lot of resources. And of course, like any design, there is a client brief there. Client brief, once it's been taken, you have to also create your own brief there. There are a lot of specific rules and regulations of an interior design, especially the categorization is very important there. Like if you are doing a hotel, is very much different than doing a office. And if you are doing a hospital, you are actually kind of more specialized. And if you are doing a restaurant, you have a lot of other steps that you need to take. So there is a kind of, I would say, specialist look for each of them. For example, if you are doing spa or a Turkish hammam, it's also something different than doing a villa in that sense. So specialist look might be in certain areas a kind of a positive thing, but sometimes creativity, it might lower the creativity. Anyway, let me give a shorter version of the whole thing. So when you select that interior designer, I understand that client has an understanding of which direction he wants to go, more on the creativity side or more on the doing everything in a more practical way. So once the brief is there, we develop that brief together and bring up to a common brief that we agree with client. And after that one, I always suggest to do a proper space program with a proper planning to see the relationships of the rooms. And then we put a data sheet, a room data sheet for each room what's required. And of course, after that we talk about the market, what's been done, market research, some of the inspirations from different resources. Of course, nowadays Instagram, Pinterest, and a lot of other mediums are very gives a lot of easy access to clients for the things that they are looking for. However, sometimes it's also self-limiting, and you are kind of the victim of the algorithms running that one. So you need to be careful there when you actually do a search there. Once you have an idea, an artistic direction that you want to go, you do proper mood boards, probably an FF&E board, along with a procurement strategy. This procurement strategy I mentioned in a couple of my videos also. It's very important. So who is going to do when and what, and how he's going to do it. So certain cases, for example, my suggestion would be to go for a specialist or a brand to control the quality at some point. But of course, if you are doing something very much unique, you can still go to a brand, but it's going to be very expensive for you to build it. So depending on the budget you have, this procurement strategy should be set in place. Otherwise, especially in interior design, a lot of things that you imagine will not be realistic. We have seen this one in many of the interior design projects that we work with other interior designers and ourselves in-house. Um, in this artistic direction, along with FF&E, procurement strategy is the key. So once you have this in place, you are ready to do planning and also start doing some visuals to test your direction. Once those visuals come to the final renders, we call them, we just brought up each room in a separate presentation. It's better to go room by room always. I always tell everybody that works with me, so that you can put them in one single presentation also, but it's always better to go room by room. My after, so in each presentation, what we would like to define is the planning. We would like to talk about the finishes there. We want to talk about the FF&E, the fittings, furniture, and equipment. We want to talk about the lighting, and of course, overall color scheme and the materials. These are the basics of interior design. Of course, you need to consider the existing structural and architectural problems along with other mechanical, electrical solutions. In that one, a good interior designer obviously always think about that one in concept stage. But once the concept is approved, the next stages are more or less similar, depending on the construction program, how fast you want to go. You continue with coordination with other disciplines in schematic design and go for the detailed design and prepare the specifications and BOQ. Now, there are many ways of doing procuring these interior design services. You can get an interior designer and get the concept and give the rest to the design and builder or a contractor who has further detailed design capacity, or you can have a full interior design service including detailed design specification and BOQ, and have them as a site supervisor to control the contractor's work. I think this is the overall summary of interior design and even interior construction process in that sense. Thank you very much for listening.